In this video, I'll show you how to export the data scrape into a database. In this example, I'll use the spider that extracts movie transcripts, but feel free to use any spider we built so far in this course. Okay, the first thing we have to do is to open the pipelines.py file. There you will find a class already created with the name of the project. In my case, the class has the name Spider Tutorial Pipeline, but yours will have the name of your project plus the word pipeline. Now, this class has only one function called process_item, which right now only returns an item scraped. Besides this function, a pipeline has two other functions. The first one is called open_spider. So I write def open_spider to define this new function. It has two arguments, self and spider, and this will be called when a spider starts running. I'm going to show you later how this is going to be displayed in the terminal when I run the script. The second function is called close_spider. I'm going to duplicate this function and then edit it. So I define close_spider. Like the open_spider, it has the self and spider arguments, but in this case the function will be called when a spider finishes the scraping process. Now, to show you these two functions in action, I'm going to import the built-in login module. Now, inside the open_spider function, I'm going to write login.warning, and inside parentheses I'm going to write a warning message so we can know that this is working when the spider starts running. So in this case, the message will be spider opened, and I'm going to do the same in the second function. So I'm going to write login.warning, and in this case the message will be spider closed. Now I'm going to write a dash and make sure that this message is the pipeline message and not any other message that we can see in the terminal. Now we go to settings.py. Now I'm going to search the word item. So I press Ctrl F or Command F and I write item. So I found this configure item pipelines, which is what I wanted. So I'm going to uncomment these lines of code, and now here we should define the pipeline class we're using. So you have the structure spider_tutorial, which is the name of the project, followed by the pipeline's name, and then the name of the pipeline class. As you might remember, my class is named Spider Tutorial Pipeline, but if you change this name, you should change it here too. So keep that in mind. Now let's say that we have not one but two item pipelines. So I'm gonna duplicate this to show you, and now I'm gonna edit this spider tutorial pipeline, and I'm gonna write new action that I'm gonna use as an example. So now let me change the number to 200 to show you what will happen in this scenario. So here we have one item with 300 and the other with 200. So what will happen is that the new action will be executed first and then the spider tutorial pipeline. This happens because a lower number has a high priority. Now I'm gonna delete this and leave this settings.py as it is. So I'm going back to the spiders file, and now let me remind you what we're about to scrape. So it's the title, the plot, the transcripts, and the URL as we did before. Now I'm gonna open up a terminal and I'm gonna clean this, and I'm going to run the command to scrape this website. So I write scrapey, then crawl and transcripts. I just made a typo here. Now I'm gonna comment out the transcript element so we don't display the whole transcript in the terminal, so I can easily find the warning messages. So I run the code and it's finished now. So now I'm gonna find those two messages that we created before in the open spider and close spider. So what I'm gonna do is scroll up a little bit, and as you can see here, I found a warning message that says spider closed dash pipeline. This is what we wrote before in the close spider function. And now I'm gonna press Ctrl F, and then I'm going to find the first warning message. And as you can see here, I found it, and it says warning spider open pipeline. So these two warning messages are the exact moment when the open spider and closed spider will start working. So as you can see, also the scraping process worked as usual. We scraped the title, the plot, and other elements too. And that's it. In the next videos, I'm going to show you how to store this data into MongoDB and SQLite.